everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back today with another video for you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. So every time I upload a video, you guys are instantly notified. As you already know, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so be sure to join the family. Guys, we're getting bombarded. When I mean bombarded, excuse me, with reality TV at the moment. The lineup. So coming up tomorrow, Love Island game starts. Then we have on the 21st, Inside, the Sidemen show, the USA version. Then on the 28th of September, Big Brother is coming back. Then October 1st, Love is Blind. Guys, it's just and I'm even hearing Married at First Sight is next week. There's too much happening. So I made like a little poll. Well, not a poll. I told people to put in the comment section on TikTok. And y'all can do the same on YouTube as well. Yes, I am doing the first cast impressions for Love is Blind because, you know, Love is Blind is one of my regulars. But it's a thing where it's like, you guys need to put in the comment section below which one out of the ones I just listed do you want me to review? Because Love Island Games is non-negotiable. Love Island is one of my regulars as well. And that starts tomorrow. But out of Big Brother, Inside, and maybe, we'll see. Out of Big Brother and Inside, out of those two, which one you want me to review the most? Because it's giving Big Brother right now, because that's what the people are saying on TikTok. But y'all can either go over TikTok and comment, or you can comment here, and I'll tally it by the end of the day, and then I'll make my decision, because it's too much, and I'm only one person. So yeah, I can only review one thing at a time. So yes, we are going to do the first the first impressions of the cast for the men and women of season 9 of Love is Blind. So without further ado, people, let's just get straight into it. So the first person that we have, his name is Anton, and he's 29 years of age, and he's a transportation logistics. That's his occupation. Anton's biggest turn on is somebody who's willing to open up, share their life story, and be sincere. Feeling that connection is very important to me. Anton's life story, by the way, started in Russia. He spent his childhood there, and though it may surprise the women he dates in the pods, English isn't his first language. While his dates won't be able to see them in the pods, Anton has a few tattoos, some of which he gave himself. He's ready to make an even more permanent decision and marry a woman who's family orientated and wants to settle down, hopefully with a dog. Though he'll readily admit that vaping is his worst habit when it comes to relationships, you'll never see Anton blowing smoke. My friends and family would describe me as very truthful, and that's probably my greatest quality. I'm not gonna lie, in this day and age, this whole vaping thing, you can vape. Listen, if you smoke, you smoke. If you vape, you vape. That's your preference. That's your decision. If that's what you want to be doing, that's what you want to be doing. But if you know you want to marry someone or be someone's girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever you're into, and they don't like that particular thing, I'm not saying change for them in that type of way, but you do have to kind of look to stop certain habits if you want to be with this person. Because, for example, let's say that I didn't like someone who smoked, or I didn't like someone who was vaping, but I really like the person. We would have to come to a compromise. It'll be a thing where it's like, okay, cool, if you're doing that, I don't want you doing that around me. Like, I'm a person, I'm very, like, understanding. Some habits, it's hard to break. I understand, I'm understanding to that. I'm quite open-minded when it comes to things like that. But just, I don't want you blowing smoke around me. That's all I'm going to ask. So, yeah, in terms of, like, habits, some people have some really bad habits, which is hard for them to break. But then some people have some bad habits as well, which they find it easier to break more than others. Being very truthful is another key quality to have. We all love someone that can tell the truth and be honest. I think it's very disappointing if someone at their grown age doesn't know how to be honest. And to be fair, there's a lot of men that's like that out there. They don't know how to be honest. They don't know how to tell the truth. So yeah, it's good to see that your friends and family think that you are truthful. But the main thing is, okay, so long as they think that you're truthful, I guess that's what matters. Because I was about to say, what do you think? Are you truthful? Do you think you're truthful? Well, if they're saying it, then cool. Then we move on to Blake. Blake is 34 years of age, and he's an accountant. As an April Fool's Day baby, so he was born, again, I'm guessing April 1st, Blake knows how to take a joke, but he's never been more serious about finding a partner. In the pods, women who are interested in different perspectives will capture his attention. I find curiosity very attractive, he says. Inquisitive minds go a long way in helping to pull Blake out of his shell. I'm a little more introverted than most people would expect, he says. I process things internally. Up until now, Blake has prioritized his career over romantic relationships, but he's ready to focus full-time on finding love. This experiment makes that goal very attainable, he says. Speaking of goals, Blake has already accomplished a lot in his life. He's most proud of owning a home where his beloved Benassi Mountain dog Mabel calls the shots. Anyone hoping to become a dog mom to Mabel must enjoy what Blake calls stereotypical Denver things, especially hiking. It's an instant no for me. And let me tell you why. Hiking is just not, I'm sorry, I've never tried it and I don't think I ever will. So for any future man out there, don't ever ask me. It's like my ex, bless him, my ex, he like camping. Yeah, you will never catch me going in a tent and do any form of camping. Respectfully, it's just that I feel like, and I feel like I can say this with my chest, right? Black people don't be camping like that. Unless like you're going to them festivals and stuff like that, okay, cool. But to say to just bring a tent, build a tent in some woods and camp, you got me seriously messed up. If you think I would ever take myself from my comfortable bed to go outside in the cold and to camp, yeah, that's, sorry. I don't really know black people to be doing that. I'm just going to say it with my chest and stuff like that. So any man that wants to say to me, oh, I'm into camping, I'll be like, so when you going to go with your friends? You going to go with your family? You're not going to ask me to come with you, right? That's it. Sorry, that's just not something I do. But I guess there's going to be women that's probably into stuff like that. And they could do that together, which is nice for Blake. Next, we have Brendan. He's 32 years of age and he's a finance manager. Solution-orientated, Brendan is always looking for ways to fix everything. But at least he's no fixer-upper. Brendan actually has a master's degree, which he earned while working full-time. Props to you. No, that props to you. You got your education while earning money as well. That's okay. I really see you. Plus, his friends and family describe him as caring, compassionate, and funny. So far, though, he's been unlucky in love. Maybe it's because he was born on Friday the 13th. I don't believe in stuff like that personally. Yeah, me, I don't believe in stuff like that. Dating in Denver, or Menver, as others call it, has been tough since there are so many more single men than women. Entering the pods, he's looking to meet a best friend who's respectful of others and makes him laugh, which is the key to his heart. I have a lot of love to give, he says. I just haven't met the right person. That's like with a lot of us. A lot of us have a lot of love to give. I've got a lot of love to give, but I just haven't met the right person to give that type of love. You know, and it's just one of those things. But when the time is right and when God aligns me with the right person, that's when that's gonna happen. So yeah, but that's just that with that. But this whole Friday the 13th thing and all this type of stuff, I don't believe in stuff like that, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's not me disregarding what other people believe in. If people believe that Friday the 13th is a bad luck day or whatever they believe in, that's up to them. Me personally, I'm a believer in God, so I don't believe in all this extra kind of stuff. That's why I'm not even, like, this time around, I'm not even reading out the star signs, because for me personally, like, the astrology, I respect what you believe in, but respectfully, I don't believe in that. So it's like, sometimes when people ask me, what's your star sign? And I tell them, oh, I'm a Saggy. They say, oh my God, so we're definitely not compatible. And I'm thinking to myself, in my head, I'm thinking, I really don't believe in it. I don't believe in this. Like, this whole star sign, but there's some people, again, like, the same way that we believe in God, you're going to get people that believe in astrology, and it's just that you just have to respect the thing, but it's just that if you believe in that, then that kind of means you don't believe in God, and it's like, okay, cool, then, you know? But yeah. Next, we have Chase. Chase is 29 years of age. He's a water treatment consultant. Don't sleep on Chase. No, really, because he adheres to a strict 9:30 p.m. bedtime and wakes up at 5 a.m. to fill his day with lots of activities. After spending the last 8 months solo traveling around Southeast Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, he's ready to share a suitcase with someone special. And if she has a taste for adventure, even better. Chase has bungee jumped, biked 450 miles along the coast of California, and recently earned his dive master in scuba diving. Ocean activities are really beautiful to share with a partner, he says. In the pods, he's looking to match with a sweetheart who shares his sense of humor and active lifestyle. If the right woman is in there, he'll be ready to dive deeper than the coral reefs. I love someone that has like a structure to them. So you knowing that your bedtime is this time and you have to wake up early. And that's a decent amount of sleep as well. 9:30 to 5. That's a good amount. So even if you wake up earlier, because what tends to happen with me is if I go to bed early like that, I'm waking up all 3 a.m. and it really does piss me off because it's like to myself, then I struggle to get back to sleep. And then the time when I get back to sleep is like, okay, I only have an hour left to really sleep and then I have to wake up and get ready for work. That shit really does piss me off. So it's like, I love the fact that he has like a strict bedtime and he's kind of trained his body and his mind to kind of ease down around that time. So that's good for him. Next, we have Deo. He's 30 and he's a IT advisor. And he's originally from the UK. Deo settled down in Denver but has yet to find love stateside. His charming English accent will immediately make him stand out in the pods. But it's what's on the inside that matters most. Deo is looking for a partner to inject some optimism into the everyday. An overly negative person gives me the ick, he says, period. I need some positivity in my life. His friends and family would say he's still single because he's picky. In this life, you have to be picky. I don't care what anybody's. Never settle for the bare minimum. Never settle for less. Always settle for more. Always, you know your worth, so settle for, like, not settle, because settle, go for what you know you can go for. Why would you settle for someone, because settling doesn't mean you like the person like that, I promise you. Like, if you're just settling because, like, I know that, dating is long, or I can't find anyone else, then you're doing yourself an injustice. Don't settle. So, no, it's good to be picky. Deo, on the other hand, claims he simply wasn't ready for a serious relationship up until now. Determined to trade in the casual for the consistent, he hopes to meet a loyal person he can count on to stick around even when times get tough. Deo tends to be tardy. He missed more than a couple flights in his life, but perhaps he'll find someone for whom he's worth the wait. So you've missed a couple of flights. Is that because due to lateness? Due to you not being organized? Because one thing I cannot stand in someone is if you, and this doesn't just go for like relationship, this goes for friendship too. If I give you a time to be somewhere and you're not there for that time, I will leave you. I'm not waiting. I had to do that at Pride this year. Like, we all agreed to meet up at a time and people ended up coming 2-3 hours later. I was so pissed off that day, but you know what? It was one of those things where it was like, I kind of suppressed it, but I was pissed off because people went to get their nails done. I'm thinking to myself, why didn't you do this the day before? Why are you doing this on the day? And especially at the time we arranged to meet, like, when I tell you, I'm very good at masking emotions sometimes. I was so pissed off, I wanted to cuss. But I said, you know what, Tarek? It's a day of enjoyment. It's a day of pride. It's a day of celebration. Let's just keep that negative energy away. So I suppressed it. But now I guess I'm going to speak about it. I don't like waiting on people. So if you know you're a person that's always late, or you can't keep up with the time, or you got black people timing, as they like to call it, you can't be with me. You can't hang with me. No. I'm very punctual, especially when it comes to flights and that. You know how much flights cost? Especially depending on where you're going, and you're telling me you're missing flights. No. Then we have Dylan. He's a financial analyst. What I've clocked is most of these people's occupations is to do with finance so far. Dylan is constantly quoting The Office, and he'll like to meet someone who shares his sense of humor. You could say he's looking for the Pam to his Jim. Or maybe it's more like the Angela to his Dwight. Since he admits he can be a bit weird and his type on paper is physically fit with blonde hair. More importantly, he needs to find his partner to be an active and goal-orientated go-getter who's always trying to find a better version of themselves. But after 4 years of being single, Dylan isn't willing to settle for less than he thinks he deserves. He just so happens to have attended the same elementary school as Warren Buffett. So of course, ambition is important to him. Haven't really got much to say about Dylan. The only question I have is who's Warren Buffett? Y'all might call me, but I seriously don't know who that is. So, or maybe I can just use Google, but right now is not the right time. Then we move on to Edmund, who is 29 years of age, and his occupation is a realtor. Energetic Edmund knows he can be well a lot. When I go out with friends and it's popping, I'm just in the moment, having the greatest time. But I could see how that could possibly get on my partner's nerves, he says. If that happens, you can ask him to take it down a few notches, but never tell Edmund to slow his roll, because his biggest passion in life is rollerblading. And when he gets going on his skates, he's faster than all the cars on a city street. Rollerblading is the one thing he'll never be willing to give up for a girl. That or gummy bears. After earning his master's degree, Edmund moved to Colorado from his home state of West Virginia. Now he's looking for someone compassionate, friendly, and down to earth to join him in his next chapter. Just know when you're out having a good time with friends, no one's saying you cannot have a good time, but just have some composure and know your whereabouts. That's all I ever ask from my partner. Don't go out and act a fool. That's it. Then wasn't he the guy? Is it him? One of these guys made, because you know how you have the videos where basically it has the videos like promoting the cast and stuff like that. Is he the one that was talking about how he likes to eat his bogeys? Because one of them said that and I couldn't believe it. Is it him? Is it Edmund? Guys, put in the comment section below. Because one of them came out and said, that, I'm like, that's too much information, number one. And number two, why would you openly admit that's what you like doing? I don't know if it's him, but anyway. Then we get to Jensen. He's 29 and he's a data analysis. After college, Jensen biked across the country from the Santa Monica Pier in Los Angeles to Montauk, New York. The journey taught him a lot about himself and he's eager to learn even more inside the pods. While Jensen is searching for a mate who can match his speed, she doesn't need to be able to bike from coast to coast in just 2 months or quickly recite the alphabet backward. One of his hidden talents. But she can't be lazy, as that's his biggest ick. Yeah, I get it. Laziness. It depends. If like you've had a long week and you want a day to yourself, you're allowed to be lazy. But if you're lazy all the time like that, just constantly wanting to sleep, constantly not wanting to do anything, you got to put in some work, baby. You got to put in some work. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you actually? I couldn't be with someone that's lazy and that expects me to do everything for them. No, I couldn't be with that. So I get that. Jensen is extremely close with his 5 siblings, so ideally his partner would also be family orientated. As someone who's always smiling, Jensen is often told he's too optimistic, but he believes his glass half full approach to life is what makes him so spontaneous and open to an unorthodox experience like this one. I respect stuff like that because me personally, I would always worry in the back of my head about things like this, but I feel like people that can go on shows like Love is Blind in particular, because Love Island, you can see your partner. Going on shows like Love is Blind and not being able to see the person that you're speaking to, for me, that's scary because it's like initial attraction for me. Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm just going to say off the cuff. Imagine like I'm talking to someone and yes, your personality is everything, but then when I see you, it's like I'm not attracted to you in that way. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're unattractive. When I mean sexually attractive or attracted to someone, it means like you're not my type. Because really and truly, the minute I look at someone, if I'm not feeling feelings, it's a no. And that's just me. Like, y'all could say, oh, personality. Yes, personality is like a big percentage, but there has to be the attraction. There has to be the initial attraction. So that's why an experience like that for me is very like, because I wouldn't want to waste my time or the other person's time. So yeah. Then we get to Joe. He's 29 and he works in sales. Described by those closest to him as the life of the party, Joe has been known to steal the spotlight at a karaoke bar, usually singing Queen. His personable nature also serves him in relationships, as he's most proud of being a loyal friend. Since Joe's love language is quality time, we love that because that's my love language too, actually. He spends a lot of it with his family, watching sports, going to concerts, and regularly attending his nephew's football games. Excuse me. His perfect match will not only want to join in that family fun, but she'll also be eager to nurture their connection as a couple through genuine one-on-one conversation. In the pods, Joe hopes to meet someone with whom he can go deep and share his strong faith in God. Oh, we love a man. Oh, we love a man that's faith that believes in God. I love a man. Listen, I love a man and a woman. I love people that are just believers in God. That it makes me feel. It makes me feel warm inside. You know, I love that. Bonus points if she doesn't mind his near constant whistling around the house. He knows it can be a bit annoying, but remember, his ability to carry a tune comes in handy on nights out. Yeah, for me, he got me when he's strong faith in God. We love someone that believes in God. And that doesn't mean you have to go to church every Sunday. It really doesn't say anywhere you have to go to church. But so long as you're praying, so long as you keep having time to yourself with God and stuff like that, that's what really matters. I love that. He gets bonus points from me. Joe gets bonus points from me already regarding that. Jordan, 30 years of age. He's a service manager. For Jordan, patience isn't a virtue. It's non-negotiable to a single father to a 4-year-old. You can judge someone's character on how patient they are, he says. Jordan is looking for someone who will love his son like he's their own. But because a lot of people don't want to date parents, he so far hasn't had much luck. It is tough. In the straight world, that's a conversation I've been hearing for years. For years, people have been having debates. Would you date someone that already has kids? And a lot of people I know say no. And a lot of people I know of say no because it's like they want like a fresh start type of thing, you know. And which I understand. I do get it. They want kids for themselves. They see it as luggage. And it is luggage. You're coming with someone else's kid that, yeah, that's your kid, but that's someone else's kid as well. Is there drama that's gonna come with that? Like what's coming? But at least these people are being honest about them having kids already, because as you know from previous seasons, people haven't been so honest about them already having children. I don't need to say names, but we already know what I'm talking. And I'm talking about from the UK and the US as well. So yes, that's regarding that. Jordan's best habit is eating healthy, but he's also aware that his go-to chicken breast breakfast smoothie might not go down smooth for everyone. I know it's gross, but just trying to get my protein in, he admits. Though he didn't graduate from college, Jordan has gone far in his career. He's very proud of that and values ambition almost as much as a sense of humor and good hygiene. I'm really sensitive to smells and body odor. I feel you. Jordan, I feel you. Because I cannot stand someone that smells bad. I cannot stand someone where when I'm talking to you, your mouth is smelling. Like, these things, why don't you have control over these things? Why aren't you looking after your personal hygiene? What's going on? There's a problem here. Me personally, I wouldn't be sticking around. If I'm in close proximity to you and I'm smelling you and it's bad, it's done. It's actually a wrap from there. Like, I'm not sticking around to find out what's next. Like, I'm just not doing it. Next we have Logan. He's 35 years of age. He's an accountant executive. Logan is just a small town boy, and he'll tell you that by singing it to the tune of Don't Stop Believing by Journey. That's right, he's known among friends for spontaneously breaking out into song at any moment. Family orientated, Logan strives to strike up a romance in the pods with someone who'll be excited to go home to Wisconsin and celebrate special occasions with his parents, sister, and in-laws. And he can't wait to be a parent himself, so not wanting to have kids is a deal breaker when it comes to dating. He's also turned off by people who don't take accountability for their actions. I literally, you know what's so funny? I literally made a TikTok video about this shit literally yesterday. I beg some of you do me a favor. Normalize actually just apologizing instead of becoming defensive and being disrespectful. Like, it's not making any sense. If you've done something wrong to someone, actually just put your hand up and say, you know what? I apologize. Whether the person wants to forgive you or not, at least you are grown enough to actually stand up and realize that you have made an error and that you are willing to put in that effort to change or to try and fix what the damage you have done. A lot of you try to, like, if someone's coming to tell you how you've made them feel, you want to be defensive, you don't want to be responsible for your actions, you don't want to take accountability, you try to deflect, you try to find another excuse as to why you done what you done. No, shut the fuck up and just admit to what you've done and apologize. It's not that fucking hard. And then a lot of you wonder why you get bad karma coming back your way. People that don't, let's like normalizing apologizing. Like, we need to normalize apologizing. If you know that you've done something wrong, or that you have hurt someone's feelings, or someone has told you and you're not even taking it on board, to me, you're not grown as a person. To me, you don't know anything about growth. And it's just like, you can stay there with yourself, but I'm going to keep on growing and keep on excelling in life, while you can stay there and figure yourself out. So yes, clock it. Really, really clock it. After 4 years of being single, Logan's in the market for a partner who can own their mistakes and have tough, direct conversations that lead to self-growth. Next, we get to Michael. He is 41 years of age and his job occupation is medical sales. Michael is entering the pods ready to shoot his shot, and he's had some practice as he's a regular at Dave and Buster's. Every time he hits the arcade, Michael makes it his mission to beat the high score in the basketball hoop game, and he would love to have his boss babe by his side cheering him on. I'm super excited for her to come along and realize she's got a winner, he says. Fun fact, Michael has one small, big toe. His heart, on the other hand, is huge. He absolutely loves love and takes pride in being someone his friends can confide in. Entering into the experiment, he doesn't want another pretty face. He's looking for a beautiful soul. However, a great smile will also score points with Michael. The youngest of 7, he grew up as the baby of his family, but nowadays he helps take care of his friends' kids, which he really enjoys. So Michael actually seems like a sweet person. You know, he wants to be there for his friends' kids, and being the youngest as well. Being the youngest child, it does have its factors, but don't let it define you, because the youngest tends to be the most spoiled. That's what I've heard anyway. I'm not the youngest, I'm the middle child. So me personally, I'm the middle child, okay? So I didn't experience that. I didn't get spoiled like that, even though some people believe I did. But me personally, I didn't get spoiled like that. I had to earn all the things that my mother and father got me. I had to earn that stuff. It wasn't just a thing where, because they spoil, and then there's being a spoiled, and then there's spoiled brat. And being spoiled is like, you ask your mom, can I get this? Okay, yeah, let's go on the shop and buy it. To me, that's spoiled. To me, anyway, that's spoiled. If you literally ask for something and you get it like that, that's spoiled, because you don't know the value of it. You haven't had to work hard for it. With me, if I wanted like a new game, if I wanted like a new console, okay, I'll get you this console for Christmas, but you have to get these grades in school, or you have to do more chores. Like, I had to know the value of these things in order for me to, it wasn't just a thing like that. So yeah. Then we move on to Mike. Mike is 38 years of age. He's a real estate investor. Don't be fooled by his pretty face, because Mike isn't afraid to roll up his sleeves and get his hands dirty. From building houses to conquering the real estate game, Mike considers himself a jack of all trades who loves to spread the wealth. I'm passionate about helping others, and I get fulfillment from seeing other people be successful, he says. But he can't hang with those who can't help themselves. So anyone who gives off grandma vibes in the pods won't get a second date. Ideally, his partner will... What is wrong with me? Ideally, his partner will share this growth mindset and be excited to experience new things together. This globe trotter loves to travel to new places, always looking for the best beaches, views, and meals. But balance is key. Mike wants a partner who takes care of themselves inside and out. I'm looking for a partner to be healthy mentally and physically. We love that. So you want someone that's come ready-made, basically. You don't want someone coming with baggage. You don't want someone coming damaged. Sorry to use that word, but that's what it is. You want someone to come who's healthy physically and mentally. And yeah, that's all we ask for, really. Then we get on to Nick, who is age 28, and he's a luxury watch dealer. This former jeweler continues blazing trails in his everyday life. Nick started his own business a few years ago, which allowed him to give up the 9 to 5 grind and make more time for adventure. You see, this is what we love. Isn't that the dream? Isn't that the dream, to actually build a business for yourself so you don't have to work for anybody else? Working for someone else is cute. Don't get it twisted. It's cute. It's nice, you know? For the time being. If that's what you want to be doing for the rest of your life, that's on you. I'm not I'm not someone that's gonna say 9 to 5 is. I'm not DDG to be coming and tell people what you should be doing with your life. If you're happy working a 9 to 5 and working for someone else, that's you. But for me, it's not really my long term. You know, it's not really my long term. But for the time being, it's working out perfectly fine, and I'm grateful for that. I'm most proud of finding a way to live my life on a different tempo and schedule than most, he says. For Nick, that means booking last-minute international trips at any time. He spots a good flight deal, and he's looking for a partner who's down to rack up some air miles. I like to go into a trip with a little bit of spontaneity, and I live my life like that. So if every second is planned out, that's not going to work for me. Ooh, I couldn't be with someone like that, you know. This spontaneous kind of like book, I could. There's respect to those that can live like that. I can't. I things need to be planned out for me. Yeah, I don't operate on spontaneous stuff. I'm not that type of person. So yeah, you probably will find someone that's like that, because there's people out there that are very spontaneous. You know, if you came to them and said, "Oh yeah, tomorrow I booked us a flight to China," for example, people can pack loss. I cannot live my life like that. Sorry, I need to know at least a few weeks in advance. Oh, Tarek, in the next 3 weeks we'll go into China. Okay, cool. So then I can prepare. I can shop. I can get my clothes for the holiday. Like, bro, there's so much I got to do. You can't just come and tell me things now for now. No. Yeah. In the past, Nick has held himself back from going too deep with the people he dates because he's afraid of hurting others. So heading into the pods, he's excited to be given that time to build a strong connection with someone through emotional vulnerability. Then we get to Patrick, who is 31 years of age. He's a construction manager. Could romance be on the cards for poker player Patrick? Always cool under pressure. He's not nervous about taking this unconventional approach to finding love, especially since dating as an Asian man is predominantly white Denver, as has sometimes been difficult. Describing himself as a late bloomer, Patrick says he hasn't found the one yet, because he was immature and insecure earlier in life. This gamble will pay off. Sorry, my ear's kind of blocked. Will pay off in spades if Patrick meets someone who matches his easygoing energy. As he puts it, when a girl can just kick it, go with the flow, be spontaneous, that's money. For Patrick, that means being able to engage in the natural give and take of a conversation, because chatterboxes are an automatic ick. I get what he means. Guys, wait, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. I went to go and get some water, and also my ear. I don't know what happened. As I was like reading something, my ear. Yeah, I don't know why my ear's moving mad like that, but I'm gonna try block it out and just continue with the video. What did I get up to? Though he won the Colorado Poker Championship in 2019, Patrick said he's most proud of being a first-generation college graduate. My family came over here from Cambodia in the 1970s, and I was the first in my family to get educated and find success in America. Props to you, man. Honestly, that's a big achievement. Some people might not see it as a big achievement, but it's a very big achievement. Then we have Rohan, age 27, private equity is his occupation, a polyglot with a well-stamped passport. Rohan is hoping to find his forever travel buddy. After moving to the US from India when he was 14, he's worked hard to put down roots in Denver. I'm extremely proud of moving to the US and adapting. I didn't speak English, and it was really rough. It was a really rough start in the beginning. He says, when it comes to love, Rohan wants to settle down with an open-minded and honest woman. Extremely curious and friendly, Rohan is always asking questions that draw others out of their shells, and he's looking for a strong communicator who can do the same. I don't like being kept in the dark, he says. The one thing Rohan will never give up for a romance is his close relationship with his tight-knit family. They taught me how to love. So if I have to sacrifice my family to be with someone, I don't believe that would end up being a true love. Now we move on to the women. I don't know what's my ears irritating me. I don't know how it got like this, but it's like, anyway, my ear, yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the women now. So first we have Ali. She is 29 years of age and she's a nurse. She was born in Brazil. Ali is a first-generation immigrant who's proud to have learned English and built a life in the US. In the pause, she hopes to meet an ambitious and hardworking guy with a similar sense of discipline. Dating in Denver, Ali has encountered a lot of boys who aren't ready to grow up, and she's only in the market for men. Excuse me. I'm looking for a leader, somebody that inspires me to be a better person, and somebody that I can do the same for, she says. But Ali has high standards, so any man who wants to date her will need to rise to the occasion, and they'll have to do so with humility, because for her, a big ego is a major red flag. Plus, he'll have to take the lead on cleaning, as chores are the last thing on her mind while she pursues another degree. If I do find a partner here, they'll have to be okay with me being in school and being extremely busy for a couple of years. So we love a girl that's education focused. We also love a girl that a woman. I'm so sorry. We love a woman that knows what she wants and that has high standards. We love a woman that knows her worth. We love her because a lot of women that have come on these shows before, I'm not just talking about Love is Blind, they don't really know their worth like that. So it's good to see. Then we have Anastasia. She's 29 years of age and she's also a nurse. Don't be fooled by Anastasia's dachshund tattoos. It doesn't mean she has a dog. It actually symbolizes all the hot dogs she's eaten on trips to Chicago. Anastasia relishes good communication, and because both her parents are therapists, she's often complimented on her ability to make others feel heard. That's an advantage, you know. Both your parents being therapists, that's an advantage. But then imagine like you're generally feeling a type of way, but you don't want imagine your parents constantly trying to read you. That would irritate the hell out of me, because it's like, okay, just because y'all therapists don't mean y'all get to read me every time, okay? She puts her empathetic nature and listening skills to good use in her career as an oncology nurse. When she's not at the hospital, you can usually find her blowing off steam on the dance floor. Anastasia has danced on stage with Flo Rida and has been known to start dance battles anytime she's out of the town. Though she's looking for a man who will grow with her, she's not willing to change for anyone else. In the past, I've completely lost myself for a partner, and that's not something I will ever do again. And that's something I would never recommend anyone to do. Always be your true, authentic self. Those people that like you for you will like you for you, and that's it. That is just that. Those people that don't like you for you, oh well, good riddance. The door's that way. Bye. Like, never change for anybody. Like, never. It's not worth it. Then we get to Anna, who is age 28, and she's a hairstylist. If Anna had one piece of advice for men in the dating scene, it would be go to therapy. Period. That's why the key to her heart is emotional maturity. She's searching for an easy and authentic connection with someone not too bro-y, who loves going to concerts as much as she does. Music is a big part of my life, she says. Anna also wants a partner who can calm her mind, as she tends to overthink things. She's not willing to give up her core values for love, and that includes her political views and focus on family. If she ever sees a suitor being disrespectful to their parents, she'll immediately get the ick. And that's how it is. You always have to judge someone how they treat like their inner circle. And when I mean inner circle, that means their parents, their friends. I watch things like that. Like, if you're going to be my potential partner and I see you mistreating the people that you're supposed to love, that's a red flag for me. And guys, in the past, I may have overlooked red flags because, like, you try, because obviously we all do it. Like, we've all done it. Like, we try to see the good in people. We try to just be like, oh, this person doesn't seem that bad. But really and truly, they're that bad. It's just that we are trying to be blind because we really want to be with this person. Never overlook a red flag. I promise you, never overlook it. Anna is fluent in 2 languages and keeps a very tidy home. Her friends often comment that her apartment looks sterile, but that doesn't mean she's uptight. Those who know her best call Anna bubbly, fun, and easy going. Then we get on to Annie. Annie is 31 years old and she's a hair salon owner. This hairdresser has had a lot of practice making conversations with clients, so she won't have any problems talking to a wall. As the owner of her own salon, Annie has no interest in men who are lazy or don't support her ambitions to continue growing her business. Though she's constantly getting complaints on her long blonde locks, which are almost always perfectly styled, she isn't afraid to rough it. Growing up in a very small town, there were only 25 students in her graduating class. She spent a lot of time camping and fly fishing with her family. She even had a pet cow named Rudolph. While Annie has since moved to Colorado's biggest city all by herself, she still looks up to her dad, who's never let her down. She also tends to compare all of her relationships to her parents. Fantastic marriage. Hopefully she can live up to the high bar. She's unique. I'll say that about her. She's had a unique background, unique upbringing. I guess having a pet cow, that's unheard of to me personally, but it's unique. It's unique. Then we have Ashley, who is 35 years of age. And her occupation is Director of Compliance. Ashley's friends and family says she beats to the rhythm of her own drum. But since she's been single forever, Ashley is starting to get a little tired of keeping up that beat all on her own. I wouldn't consider myself to have ever been in a real relationship, she says. Why? According to Ashley, she's an alpha in all areas of her life, especially when it comes to work, which leaves her little time to date. Ashley wants to find a partner who can take some responsibility off her shoulders so she can relax. Let me rest and be confident that you're going to keep me safe and that you can make a decision, she says. I'm willing to follow you if you have direction. In other words, to get with Ashley, you've got to be a boss person, especially if you're going to join in her favorite family tradition, an annual Christmas Eve game night that usually involves... Oh, we love a games night. Listen, when I was at my cousin's last year, when I was at my aunt's last year for Christmas, we had... Listen, Uno is a game. As simple as it is, it gets the trash talking, it gets people raging, it gets people go... Like, literally, especially in a black household as well. Games night in a black household, just know there's going to be a lot of noise. Okay? Just know there is going to be a lot of noise, a lot of scream. The neighbors will probably think something is happening, but nothing's happening. We're all just having a good time playing. I love a games night. You can never go wrong with a games night. You can actually never go wrong with a games night. Then we get on to Azar or Azar. I'm gonna go with the first way I pronounce it, Azar. She's age 32 and she's an events manager. If you ever need to find Azar, I'm gonna say Azar because as Azar for the nearest concert in the last year, she went to 37 and now she's searching for the perfect partner in exploring the music scene. He just can't get embarrassed when she inevitably starts dancing. Even among big crowds, her friends describe her as the most positive and happy person in the room. In relationships, however, that's a double-edged sword, as Azar never wants to start a potentially negative conversation and tends to hold things in. Azar likes to make sure that those around her are having a good time, so of course she values people who carry that same respect for others. It's a key quality she'll be looking for in the pods. Despite always being on the go and constantly cooking up fun, Azar is actually quite introverted and enjoys solitude. I'm very independent and love the life I built for myself, so I have high standards. I won't settle just for anyone. It's funny that these descriptions are talking about meeting someone that's like very positive, because it's funny. I went to my baby cousin's first birthday on Saturday and I met this girl, right? And when I tell you, I've never seen her in my life, never met her before, but we instantly connected. And not necessarily on a relationship type. Not necessarily. Just like, I wouldn't even say friends. Like, just, you know when you just talk to someone and you're just like, nah, you're actually a cool person. Like, her energy, she was bubbly, she was outgoing, she spoke to everyone. Like, and she told me that she... Actually, not gonna put someone's business out on blast. I'm not going to do that. She told me something that what she suffers from. And I'm just like, you've done a really good job. Like, you would never think it. It's like, you went around talking to everyone. you have energy. Like me personally, for me to do that, I need to know people first. Like, even if I know people, I still keep myself to myself. I'm a lot more reserved. Like on social media, and I've been told this by a few people. Social media, oh Tariq, you're very what's the word? You're very animated. You're a lot more talkative and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm in my element, guys. I'm in my element. I'm in the comfort of my home. No one's here. No one's here to watch I'm pretty sure if I had, there was one time when I was doing Love Island reviews, I did have someone here. And even I was toning it down a bit because I didn't want them to think I was crazy. But I didn't want them to think, but I still was animated and stuff, but I was toned down probably like 10%. So I wasn't toned down that much, but I toned it down just a little bit. But if I had someone just standing there watching me, you would see that it would be very awkward for me because number one, it's very different to when you have an audience watching you. Things are a lot different. When you're by yourself, you could be a lot more crazy, a lot more, and you understand? So when I'm in person, I'm talking to someone, of course I'm not going to be animated like this. I'm just going to be a lot more reserved. Because that's how I am. I'm a reserved person. I'm a chill person. But obviously for the camera, we kind of play it up for a bit. We kind of, might as well say it's a role. We all do it. We all do it. Like, we all do it. Well, actually, the majority of us do it. Because there's some content creators that I've watched, and I'm sorry, y'all put me to sleep. Like, y'all bore me. Like, y'all just have the same kind of personality. And, like, imagine if I was to talk to you guys like this constantly all the time and just have no kind of spirit about the video. So if I was to read something and say, despite always being on the go and constantly cooking up fun. Like, can you imagine how dead that sounds? Like, bro, that will put you to sleep. And that's how some content creators sound. I've watched a few and I'm just like, within the first 2 minutes, I'm like, I have to turn this off. You guys are boring me. Like, you guys need to have a lot more energy and a lot more oomph about you. Like, that's what captures people as well, by the way. That's a tip. What captures people to stay and watch your stuff is if you have energy. If you don't have the energy, just forget about it. Go to sleep and wake up the next day and try again. Then we have China, who is age 39, and she's a marketing manager. If you just look at the surface, you might think I'm a diva, says China. But this makeup artist is a secret goof who's hoping to find a partner accepting of her many quirks and tendency to laugh at her own jokes. Plus, she couldn't care less if you don't wear name brand clothing, as long as it's freshly laundered. Dirty underwear gives me the ick. After 5 years of being single, China just wants to connect with a self-assured man who puts in the effort and is consistent. Qualities that have been severely lacking in the Denver dating scene. I have not given up on love, she says, but I'm not settling until I find someone who's serious about me. That someone will also have to share China's strong faith and not to be bothered by her sarcasm, which, for the record, she's working on. I mean, again, another person that loves faith. So I'm guessing her, what's his name? One of the guys, her and the other guy, if they happen to talk and they both find out, because they're the only two so far that I've seen that have strong faith. So that could be something, because me personally, if they have strong faith, like, I don't see them dating anyone that doesn't believe in God. I mean, some people do it. I mean, I've done it and I will never do it again. Like, you have to believe in God. Like, you don't, okay, how can I put this? It would be better if you was Catholic. Catholic, Christian, cool. You're at the top. Any other religion, that's cool because you still believe in God. It's just a matter of, like, I will not be converting. So that would be another thing. With some religions, you know, you're expected to kind of convert and follow their kind of... For me, no, I'm happy being a Catholic. And that's just that. There's no negotiating when it comes to that. There's no compromising when it comes to that. So before, I've tried, you know, dating people who are atheists and don't believe in God. And it's just our views and our way of how we see life is just two completely different ways. And it just doesn't work. And that's absolutely fine. That's fine. It's fine, you know. I prefer someone to believe in something. And that's just my opinion. Then we get to Hillary, who is age 39. She's a medical device sales. Hillary has always been able to hold her own among a group of guys. In high school, she was the goalie of the boys' varsity ice hockey team, and she still plays to this day. When she isn't on the rink, you can find her snowboarding on the slopes. Though she's typically attracted to athletic men, Her future partner doesn't necessarily have to be on board with winter sports. They can forget about the après-ski as long as they're willing to après with me. I'm screaming, she says. Hillary, however, is quick to add that she's looking for someone who aspires to be more than just a ski bum. She needs an ambitious man who supports her career. Before moving into medical device sales, Hillary was an ER trauma nurse for 14 years. And during the pandemic, she even moved to New York to work with FEMA as a COVID crisis nurse. Her only other qualification is that her future husband must be obsessed with her beloved dog. So she seems to be quite work-driven. And can the man, whoever the man is, can they keep up with her? Because when a lot of men nowadays, they don't like a woman who's strong and independent and handles her own. A lot of men can't get with that program. But what we literally saw on Love Island UK, Jed and Bada, we literally saw it. Like, there was that kind of how can I put this? Stopper in the relationship where Jed wanted to pay for the meal, but Bada wanted to take it. And it's like, as a man, his pride was, that was eating at his pride. Because for a man, it's like, I want to take care of my woman, but I can't. But some men can't get past that, you see. So, yeah, it is what it is. We then get to Casey, who is age 34, and she's a hair and makeup artist. As the comedian of her friend group, Casey's searching for a sarcastic guy who communicates through funny movie quotes, just like her. Though she loves to laugh, she's also a big crier, so any man that wants to be with her should also have a soft side, and maybe a handkerchief handy. Casey is excited by the prospect of connecting with other singles, souls first in this experiment. In the past, she's built relationships around initial attraction, which has only ever led to heartbreak. She also typically dates younger guys, so in the past, she hopes to close the age gap. If she meets an outgoing and intentional person who doesn't mind that she's constantly singing show tunes, she'll eagerly accept a proposal and even invite them to join her fantasy football league. I haven't really got much to say about Casey, I'll be honest. Like, normally I have something to say, but I just haven't got anything to say. Then we meet Kate, age 33. She's a registered dietitian. Hyper-independent Kate has been waiting for a life-changing and soul-shaking connection. After her longest relationship of 8 years didn't end in marriage. I'm sorry, what is someone doing with someone and they haven't proposed to you? 8 years. Guys, I'm so sorry. Like, and for the women as well, if a man hasn't proposed within a year and a half, you need to start asking them what they're doing. I give it a year and a half. Because by that point, you should know. You should roughly know, okay, do you see you spending the rest of your life with this person? Because when you're dating someone or when you're looking to date someone, it should be longevity, right? That's the goal, right? You're not dating for banter, right? When I go into a relationship, I'm always going in thinking this is for the long term. It just so happened my past 2 relationships, it just didn't work out like that. And it's okay. Again, it's okay. These things happen. It didn't work out like that. But hopefully the next relationship I get into, that's going to be my last. I promise you, that's going to be my last. Like, the next relationship I get into is going to be, we look to buy a house together. We move in with each other. We get married. Like, that's like what I'm looking for. Like, I'm not looking to be playing about with people anymore. Like, I honestly know what I want now, and I'm tired of the game. So, like, I get why a lot of these people go on these type of shows. Before, I never used to really understand it, but I get it now because people are tired. The dating scene is absolutely atrocious. It's not just in Denver. It's here in London too. It's in other places in the States. It's wherever. The dating scene right now is just, people don't know what they want. And it's just quite embarrassing. So yeah, if a man is with you for that long period of time and he hasn't proposed, yeah, you have to end it. He's just wasting your time. She's wasted her time on too many poor quality men. Now she's looking for a husband, not just a boyfriend, whom she can rely on in the long term. Her type is tall and muscular, but she's heading into this experiment in hopes of opening herself up to someone she may not traditionally go for, as she often feels misunderstood. I feel like a lot of people perceive me differently than I am, she says. Kate has built the career of her dreams as a dietitian, which means she doesn't think she could be with someone who doesn't take care of themselves. And it's not just physical well-being that matters to her. Kate wants a man who's also done the inner work. You have to be secure within yourself and know what you want, she says. Your partner isn't there to complete you. And that's absolutely facts. You have to come knowing what you want. And to be honest, a lot of men don't. I recently had to shut something off. And I'm talking about it because my experience. I don't care how people feel about it. I recently had to shut off an experience that I went through because a guy went as far as telling me he loved me. We both told each other that, right? We both told each other. So I'm seeing him posting things with another guy, right? And to me, it's like, yeah, we're not boyfriends. We're not exclusive. But you don't tell someone you love them and post pictures with someone else. Like, do you know how that made me feel? Like, do you guys honestly understand how that made me feel? I felt worthless. I felt like shit. And yeah, the person is saying, oh, they didn't mean to upset me. They truly didn't mean to upset me. You weren't vigilant. Even on Snapchat streaks, you were sending me saying this man is treating you like a princess. I felt so disrespected. And I was trying to say, Tarek, don't overthink it. I was really telling myself not to overthink it. It's not that serious. We're not together. But it's like when we were taking pictures and I wanted to post a picture of me and him on my main story, I simply got the, oh, please don't post that because that's a big statement. People will think we're together. But it was okay to post. So I really understood where I stood with him. And it was like, okay, cool, that's absolutely fine. I get it. I see where I stand. And I just removed myself from the situation. You clearly don't know the true meaning of love. You're clearly confused, and that's okay. But to help you with your confusion, I've removed myself from the situation. I haven't got time for men, and I haven't got time for men that waste my fucking time. I'm getting irritated by talking about it because it really destroyed me. I'll be real. Like I went as far as even crying on TikTok Live. Guys, I've never cried on the internet for nobody. For no fucking man. I've never cried. This is not what this is about. Guys, let me get back on track. Hi, you see? This is not what this is about. Let's get right back on track. This guy looks like this girl looks like Alexander Burke. This woman, sorry. For those that don't know who she is, she won X Factor a good few years ago. Callie Breyer, who's 29 years of age. She's a social worker. Callie Breyer's future husband will have to be in love with the sound of her voice because she talks a lot and values men who actually listen. Good thing this experiment is all about conversation. Callie Breyer wants a husband who will continue to put in the work after the I do's. They should love me for who I am today and be willing to love me when I am a new person in 5 years, she says. But to make it to the aisle, Callie Breyer knows she'll have to change her dating habits. I fall in love with potential and stay too long after seeing red flags. The biggest one in the pods will be if someone asks about appearance and doesn't lean into vulnerability. But if she leaves the experiment with a sporty man of her dreams, Callie Breyer can't wait to meal prep and gym for the rest of their days. Like I said, let's actually, for going in for 2026, and even if we can start from the present day, we need to normalize actually like seeing the red flags and running from them, running from whoever. We need to stop normalizing actually just staying and staying while we're seeing red flags. We need to stop doing that. Then we get to Kaylin. She is an account executive. Charismatic Kaylin grew up in a martial arts family, and she won't hesitate to give negative guys with big egos the chop. Instead, she's looking for a lover of her life, a lover of other humans, and a lover of animals. Kaylin strives to spread light in darkness and remind everyone in her life what makes them special. The same goes for her romantic relationships, as she seamlessly steps into the role of her partner's personal hype woman. But don't take her kindness for weakness. Kaylin knows she has people-pleasing tendencies. After a year of being single, finding love has been a winding road. But Kaylin hopes to leave the pods with a guy who will drive through the Colorado mountains with her and off into the sunset. People-pleasing is one thing you never want to do. So for Kaylin, she's got to kind of weasel that kind of thing out of her, because people pleasing ain't gonna make yourself happy. You'll be making other people happy or thinking you're making them happy, but really you're doing an injustice to yourself. I had to learn that the hard way. Then we get on to Madison. So this year we have another Madison again. Age 28. The occupation is a UX UI designer. In pursuit of true love, Madison went on 40 first dates last year, but came up empty. Now she's taking her search to the pods in hopes of finding a man with gentle energy, good banter, and last but not least, thick thighs. For Madison, this isn't just an experiment. She actually has a blinding eye disease, which could cause her one day to lose her vision. Oh my gosh. Love is blind and I might be too, so I need to find someone that can stimulate my brain outside of physicality, she says. Oh my god, that's so sad to hear. Vivacous with a great vocabulary, Madison is very accomplished for her age. She graduated from high school at 16 and has built a successful career that allowed her to buy her first home at 26. I love that for her. To be able to buy a home at that young age, nah, congratulations, honestly. Her future partner may be bothered by her habit of leaving cabinets and drawers open. Ooh! Madison! Leaving cabinets. So imagine what... nah. When you use it, just push it back. It's very... yeah, whoa. But at least she also has a very open mind and heart. So yeah, we love someone that has an open mind and an open heart. I love someone that's open-minded, personally. I couldn't be with someone that's closed-minded and ignorant. I couldn't be with someone like that. Then we move on to Megan H. She's age 36 and she's a property manager. On the surface, Megan H may not look like your typical gamer, that is, until you spot her Zelda-inspired tattoo. Don't worry, she doesn't expect her future partner to geek out with her, as having separate hobbies and passions is key. One thing Megan does hope to share with her forever partner, however, is spirituality. Extremely self-sufficient, she sometimes struggles to ask for help, especially since she's used to making it work on her own. She even renovated her entire basement all by herself, but she couldn't go through life without her friends and family who have shaped her for the better. Megan can't wait to introduce someone special to them, but if he doesn't have his own friends or close bonds with his family, that's a major red flag. And yes, if you're not close to your family, I don't know if that's a red flag, because people have... Okay, for me, when it comes to that, I'm quite... Why aren't you close? I want to know the reason. Why aren't you close with your family? Why aren't you close? Why don't you have many close friends? Like, what's happening? And if the person explains a reason and the reason is like valid, then I'll be like, okay, cool, I understand it. Because people nowadays are just so fake. You can't expect everyone to have a close relationship with their family or have close friends, like a lot of close friends like that, because people are just so fake. People are just so two-timeish. People are just so weird. People backstab you. Like, there's so many things, and it's like, for me personally, family or not, you do me wrong, I will cut you off. I don't think like people understand how I operate. I recently had to do it, and I don't need to announce it. I don't need to tell you. I just will cut you off, and that's just period. I don't need to explain myself to you. Like, who are you for me to explain myself? You know what you've done, and that's all it is. And if you want to play dumb and think you don't know what you've done, that's okay. That's okay too, but I'm not going to baby you and explain it to you. Sit down and think for yourself what you've done. Then we have Megan W. She's 35 and she's an entrepreneur. Megan W loves anything that sparkles, so her friends call her Sparkle Megan, a nickname that's sure to make her pop in the pods. As a self-described type A perfectionist, this entrepreneur has seen the fruits of her labor. In her 20s, she found a lot of financial successes, which now allows her to enjoy the finer things in life. But Megan still believes she's very down to earth. Treating others with respect is incredibly important, so if you're brunching with her, you better be polite to the wait staff. Megan is hoping to meet an emotionally and financially secure partner who isn't easily threatened. Men are intimidated by my level of success, she says, and hey, a tall guy with muscles won't hurt either. Megan knows she's asking for a lot, but with her tight schedule, she simply doesn't have time for anything less. I know who I am and what I deserve, period. Shelby, age 35. She's a realtor. As a boss lady, real estate agent Shelby knows how to seal a deal, but she still hasn't found a guy who feels like home. Perhaps it's because of the Denver dating pool, which is full of super outdoorsy men who just don't do it for her. I like someone who can put themselves together, says Shelby, who describes her ideal type as a preppy cowboy. In the pods, she's hoping the right guy with the right manners lassos her attention. Men need to be chivalrous, Learn how to court properly and be a gentleman, she adds. I beg your pardon. But most of all, Shelby is searching for a partner who will make her feel emotionally taken care of through life's ups and downs. When she finds him, she has plenty to bring to the table. The compliment that I receive most from others is I exude confidence and I have a good butt. And that is it. Guys, one thing about doing this first cast impression for The Love is Blind, it's very long. These type of videos will always be long. It'll at least be over 50 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's over 50 minutes. But yes. Let me know in the comment section what you lot are thinking about this cast. Is the cast given? I feel like the women are gonna have a hard time, personally. That's how I feel. But yes, let's see how it is with... Let's see how this season goes. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, as you already know. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow all my social media handles, which is Tarek Ferguson, same name as my YouTube channel. It has been your boy Tarek, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Love Island Games. Bye.